Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to day 4 of my 4 days of workshops. Tonight is the last night, and I know some of you guys are sad about that. Hold on, I gotta turn down the volume on my laptop. So because I'm ending tonight, I am going to be starting something new next week. So I'm going to be calling it Design with Debbie. I'll have more information on my Facebook page sometime this week. So you will have more classes to look forward to. So let me just review a few things in case I have some new viewers tonight. We're doing Sale-A-Bration projects. Sale-A-Bration is once a year from January 4th to March 31st. We have 2 catalogs that you can pick free items from by placing an order. And this one just went live today. And we have 4 new products, and I can show you what's inside now that it's live. So I've used all of these sets all week. And tonight I'm going to go back to the first brochure and use sets from the first brochure. All orders placed during this workshop, which ends tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I will send you a set of 4 of these cards, plus my card of the month. So you will get 5 cards total. So let me show you our first card for tonight. And I'm using the beautiful Peacock. And this is a set of shimmer ribbon that you can earn for free. So both of these can be earned for free for each $50 increment. This is the card we are making tonight. It's got a couple layers. I'm going to show you how to stamp your own designer paper background. And let me put the measurements here like I've done all week, so you can, again, re-watch the video later, pause it, and then write these down if needed. We're going to start out with Marina Mist, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Night of Navy, 5 1/4 by 4. Whisper White, 4.5 by 3 1/4. And then I've already die cut the 2 circles with the Stitch Shapes dies, and those are the 2 largest of the dies. The inside of the card is 5 1/4 by 4. I didn't write that down, but that's the size I've been using all week. A small strip of Marina Mist cardstock, 1/2 inch, and we're going to cut this so it doesn't matter how long it is. I've already made my bow ahead of time. And for ink colors, I'm using Tangerine Tango, Night of Navy, and Pool Party, Stamping Dimensionals, and Rhinestone Jewels. If I missed anything, I'll tell you as we go. So let me get all of my inks ready. I'm a little tired tonight. I've had 2 classes already today for my local customers. I actually just got done 1 class, my second one. I'm going to bring in the stamping pierce mat and a scrap piece of paper to stamp on. Because I am using photopolymer stamps, this added layer of foam gives you better impressions. So I'm going to bring in the small white. And then I'm using this little swirly feather image, and I'm going to start out with the Night of Navy. Oh, and by the way, yes, I do stamp pretty fast with these videos. But when I start my Designs with Debbie classes, I'm actually going to list the supplies that I need ahead of time, like a few days before. And you guys will have time to get that ready. And then we're going to stamp together. I hope you like that idea. Please let me know what you think. Okay, now I'm adding Soft Sky. Or no, excuse me, pool party. Okay, so I've just created my own designer paper. I'm going to finish off with a small flower image using the Tangerine Tango. I'm just going to kind of stick them anywhere I see a branch. Have any of you guys not ordered, but reserved your copy of the Stamparatus coming out soon? They're getting ready to ship the first shipment pretty soon. I have mine already, and I'm hoping to show you how to use it. It's a great tool. Okay, so now I'll bring in the Marina Mist. Let me get rid of this. And we'll glue down the Night of Navy. So back to the Stamparatus, there's a lot of tips and tricks. I actually did a YouTube video, and I'll repeat those tips and tricks as this tool gets shipped out and you guys receive your copy. I was on the team of designers for the tool, so I knew way ahead of you guys that this was coming out. I had to be quiet about it. It was really neat to see the whole thing develop. Okay, now I'm going to do the sentiment, and that's Night of Navy on Marina Mist. Okay, and there's my scissors, and I'm just going to flag the end. And then we'll glue this down flat. Oh, and my iPad came in today. I've got it all set up, so I'll be able to practice with it so I can talk to you guys, or as you're messaging me. I need to practice before I can do that. Now, the Peacock is in 2 colors. How I usually stamp is I choose the image that has the darkest color first, and I'll show you why. And that is because when I ink this with Pool Party, I can actually see the darker color through that. If you try to stamp the lighter color first and then try to add the dark, sometimes you can't see the lighter color. So always plan ahead. I'm going to add some little dots here. I did press a little too hard there, but this is just a class. Okay, now I'm going to glue that in place with Stamping Dimensionals. I normally would have probably flipped this cardstock piece over and redone it, but you know what I'm doing. You need to move this over a little bit more. So let me trim this some more. Okay, that's better. Now, as far as the bow, you've seen me do this a couple nights ago. I usually put a glue dot on the knot, and then I add some liquid glue. And I don't know if you can see this ribbon, but it does have a little bit of shimmer and shine to it. It's got glitter on it. Okay, now I'm going to do the inside of the card. And all I did was stamp 2 branches. And then I added a couple of the orange flowers. I didn't add a sentiment. I'll do that later. Because the sentiment does say today is all about you. This could be a birthday. This could be a congratulations. So depending on what I would use this card for. So I would wait until I need it to finish the inside. So that's card number 1. Let me set up for card number 2. Now, project number 2 and number 3 actually coordinate together, just like the other night when I made a tag and a card. And I'm using the Party Pandas. This has been a very popular one. I hope you're gonna like this. And we're going to have our little pandas in the jungle. Isn't that cute? Now the paper that I'm using, because I've gone ahead and cut all of these little strips. These look like bamboo. They actually come from the Color Theory paper, which comes in these 4 colors. So I used this one. I did make another card like this, but I used this one that has the white stripes. That comes out really nice too. But if you take all 4 of these designs and then flip them over, you get a lot of the crackle look too. So this is really nice paper. This is from the annual catalog. Basic black ink, the leaf punch, and the classic label punch. These are the measurements. So basic black, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Soft sky, 5 1/4 by 4. Whisper white, 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. A scrap piece for stamping. I did cut out all of my pandas, so I've gone ahead and done 2 ahead of time, so I'm going to do the 3rd one. The inside is 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my stamps. And we're going to stamp the 3rd panda. And I'm also going to go ahead and do the sentiment. So you get to watch me cut just 1 panda, not 3. We are so spoiled with our dies and our punches that nowadays when you have a stamped image that you really want to be cut out, it's really easy to say, where are the dies to go with this, isn't it? We have just been so spoiled that everything's cut out for us. I don't know what we did without our Big Shot machines before those came out. Our cards, I think, were pretty, but they were a little on the boring side because we didn't have the texture. We didn't have the shapes. I actually started stamping in 1997, believe it or not. And I still have all of the Stampin' Up! Catalog since 1997. And when I laugh when I see what we had back then compared to what we have now. Okay, there's my little bear. And then I need to cut the sentiment. And then we'll start building our little scenery. So that's the classic label punch. We'll bring in the card base. I just glanced over at my laptop. I can see you guys. I can see you guys talking and sending all the love. Once I get my iPad set up, I have a little clamp that's going to clamp right in front of me on my the tool that I use to do my videos. So I'll be able to see you guys when you talk to me. Okay, now I'm going to bring all of this little bamboo in. And these are a little bit longer than what I need. I'm going to trim them as I go. So all I did was create an X with the first one. Whoops. It's funny, in my class tonight, the girls that were in my class, we were talking about this Tombow glue. When someone is not used to using this, they usually get it all over their hands. Has that happened to you before? But it works so well. Okay, so I've created my little bamboo scenery. Now I'm just going to trim. And now we're going to glue the pandas in place. I am going to have to lift a little bit on these just to slide them in. Oops, wait a minute, I grabbed the wrong one. This one goes over here. That's kind of why I did the X's, because it kind of shows that he's sitting right where the two limbs meet. So he's not kind of free floating in the air. Hope that makes sense. And then this one is sitting. And we're going to tuck his foot in right here. Now this guy was holding a balloon, and what I did is I cut off the balloon. I'm going to bring in my mini dimensionals. And instead of holding a balloon, he's going to be holding the sign. So it kind of covers up that little string there. And then I kind of lift up his ear so it sticks out. Isn't that cute? We also needed a scrap piece of old olive. And I'm just going to cut out 4 leaves. And I am going to cut off the stems on the end. And don't forget that I also have my Tuesday Techniques class on the first Tuesday of the month. That's going to be coming up soon already. And my Friday folds, the last Friday of the month. So I do have quite a few classes coming up. You guys will see me again. Let's see, we'll put this one this way. Okay, the last step for the front is these little dots. And I kind of just added some in the background where I see a lot of white. And let's do one more up here. Now I did glue this layer on with stamping dimensionals just for height. And the next project is going to coordinate with this card. Whoops. Okay, so that's going to go right in the center. Okay, and that's the front. Now we're going to do the inside. And all I did for the inside, I didn't add a birthday sentiment. I'll do that later. But I'm adding the panda bear with the balloon. Since he didn't have the balloon on the front, I thought it was a good idea to add the balloon inside. Now I'm also going to show you how to fix something while we're doing this. Notice that I have some little blank spots right here that didn't get inked enough. I'm going to bring in my basic black marker, and I'm just going to color that in and fill it in. See, there you go. Now it's all filled in. Okay, that's card number 2. So moving right along to card number 3. Or actually project number 3, not card. We're using the same colors. And what I made this time is using the same products, except I did use the happy birthday dies, and then this pulls out. So it's a pull-out card. So I guess it would be a card. But you could also put a gift card or a treat. These dies are the mini gift bag. And I have gone ahead and cut those ahead of time, and I've added the tear and tape. So this is pretty simple because it cuts and folds for you, and it's 2 pieces, and you just need tear and tape on one tab there and one on the bottom. Now, because we are decorating the front and the pull-out, these are the library clips, and I've got 2 of the bamboo. There's the die cut from the happy birthday dies in old olive. 1 of the panda bears. For the pull-out section, we've got soft sky 5 1/4 by 3, white 5 by 2 3/4, and then for the front of the bag, soft sky 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And 4 by 3. So let's start out with the inside of the bag. And again, that's going to be the teddy bear with the balloon. I got him really good this time. The happy birthday. And let me add the bamboo. So again, these are a little bit longer than what I need, so I'm going to glue it down first. Trim. Oh, and I wanted to say congratulations to Samantha Kingston. She won last night's door prize. She was excited. Now, I didn't wait long enough and I smudged my ink, but that's okay. I had my fingers in the wrong spot. I'm just going to keep going anyway, and I'll fix that later. And then all we need to do for that is to add the library clip, and that'll slide right into the bag. So now let's do the front. I think these panda bears are so cute. And you have until March 31st to earn this one if you haven't yet. I've even seen this panda bear, if you've seen the barn, the sliding door for the barn die, the new set, I've seen him hiding behind that barn door when you slide it open. Along with the pig, also the pig image. Okay, I'm just going to press on that to glue it in place. Add a little bit of confetti. I'm going to let that dry for a second just so I don't mess it up again. Now, as far as the bag, when you glue this together, it's up to you if you want to add the flap to the inside. If you prefer to have it on the outside, you would have to trim off a little bit on the end at an angle so that it folds properly. So what I'm going to do is pull out the backing, go ahead and press this one in place. Oops, I did that wrong. I put the tape on the wrong side. See, I thought I was getting ahead of myself. So let's try that again. Now the trick to this one is you want to line up the little pieces on the top because you want them to be the same. And then you just press that in place and see the little opening on the front. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on the center fold. Press that in place. So it's a really quick little baggie to make. Now we'll glue the soft sky on the front. And then I'm going to add Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to try to start my Designs with Debbie class next Wednesday. I'll come up with a project, and probably on Monday I'll list all the supplies you need if you want to go ahead and stamp with me, or you can just watch and play it later and join in. Okay, so that's the front, and this just slides in, and then you have the other coordinating card with it. And then card number 1 was the Peacock card. So that's it for tonight, my last night. I am so glad you guys joined me for the last 4 nights, for those of you that stuck with me. Just a reminder that all of my videos will be on my page, so you can go back and view them anytime you want. It's easier if you go to the left of my page and click on videos. They'll be listed there, so you won't have to scroll forever to get to them, because I do post quite often to my Facebook page. So for those of you that are continuing on to the event, please go to my events page and I'll have some postings there for you. Have a good night, everyone.